And we are live with the dock roof tickler today.
So what?
The dock roof tickler.
Oh, well, he fights big. Hang
You
on.
got your.
I already got one on.
It looks like you're on the fish today, my man.
Well, this makes number 13.
13.
They're not monsters. Yep. No, this actually makes 14. Sorry. They're not big, but they're edible. So
Are they? Where exactly are you at, James?
I am at Lake Show Me near Memphis, Missouri.
Okay. And do they have a length limit on crappie there?
No, say they do not.
So it doesn't matter if they're what size they are. You can keep them.
Exactly. They did a survey here, probably a couple of weeks ago, and they said that they were shocking up almost 500 fish per hour. And they were all bluegill and crappie, and they said that some of the red-eared sunfish they were shocking up were almost 15 inches long.
Oh my!
So yeah, we're talking massive.
That's awesome. How about while you're catching some, I go over some of the people that have joined us in chat.
That'll work. Let's do it.
Sean Abney, D, Georgia Fisherman, Eric Burnside, Fishing Frustrations from across the pond. How you doing, fellas and lady? We're glad to have everybody in here. I've got you on full screen, James, so you can go ahead and put another in the boat or on the dock.
I'm trying to, trust me. I'm actually trying. Now, I do want to show you this, though, Lyle. Okay. Now, I want everybody to realize, and you probably can't see this all this well, but this is a B&M Sam Heaton super sensitive. All right. Now, I brought me another rod down here today, and unfortunately, it was stolen before I could even attempt to try.
Oh,
get in there, sweetheart.
I took his Christmas cane.
Katie, good for you.
So, no, not good for her.
So, how many fish has Katie caught?
She's only gotten 3 so far today.
Okay.
Yeah, but she didn't start as soon as I did. So
we got the grandbaby today.
Yeah, the grandbaby, she fished for all of about maybe 10 minutes, and then she was done. She wanted to go run around and play, and I thought, well, that's all right. Go run and play.
That's right.
But no, this lake is actually. There you go, sweetheart. Get him in here, baby. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. There you go. Another little bit of keeper.
Heck yeah.
But this lake is actually
under that roof.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. There's no holes in here. So
in that roof, there's no holes?
No, there's no holes in it.
Yet.
And there's really not any dents in here. I'm looking now. I'm not seeing them. So, but
welcome, George.
No, this lake is actually a trophy destination. There it goes. For panfish.
Cool. That's awesome. Hillbilly Outdoors and Fishing and Outdoors. George.
A little small one, but he's gonna go back. He's a little too small. That's one of those Betty Smallins.
Betty Smallins. Okay.
Betty Smallins.
We got Chris Uselton in here. That's a nice fish.
He's back in the water. So.
There you go.
Katie got another one.
Katie got another.
There we go. There we go.
I found them.
That makes number 5 for her.
351 Cleveland. Are they all
guys,
crappie?
Yes, sir. So far,
all crappie. No red ears.
No, we hadn't planned on fishing for crappie today. And I'd come down here and I thought, well, I already got my crappie set up on, so I'm going to go ahead and try it just a little bit, see how it turns out. And I caught 3 within the first 2 minutes we were here.
Wow.
So I thought, well, you know what?
Crappie it is.
I'm going to switch over to crappie for a while. And but you're allowed 30 crappie here, and you're allowed 20 of the what they would consider panfish, the shell crackers or bluegill. So after we're done and we get our limit of this, we're going to switch over, and that's what we're going to go.
Heck yeah! Now, will you have to move from the dock to do that?
No, I can do it all in one spot.
Okay. Now, James, can you tell us what kind of structure is around that dock?
This actually, I can. There is literally no structure under this dock. Let Katie reel this pole in real quick, her rod in, and I'll give you guys kind of a tour roundaboutly.
Okay.
And show you exactly how I'm fishing.
Okay. Uncle Lou.
This one. You take this.
How's it going, Lee?
All right. There's really no structure underneath the backside of this or underneath this dock at all. But as you guys can see, you notice this big line of trees right back through here. Okay. These old dead trees. Well, if you follow this old tree line, it goes right up through here, and it'll go straight across over that way, back according to the survey maps and stuff like that anyway. And there used to be a brush pile that it was a long time ago that's Conservation Department put out here that was somewhere right out in through here. And of course, over time, it's gotten drug off and, scattered throughout and stuff like that. But the logs themselves are still down in there. The water itself probably is about maybe, it's probably about maybe 9.5 foot deep. Oh, now she's just playing with him. But
sounds like little one.
Yep. But the really neat thing is this lake is such an awesome fishery. I mean, it truly is. They've managed this lake like you would not believe. So the only bad thing is right now this area doesn't have a Conservation Department agents, so they're trying to work on getting somebody through the class as fast as they can. So the agent from Schuyler County is doing double time over on this side.
I see.
You're going to be
Lee, we're sorry to hear about your father. We say some prayers for you today. I hope that goes well.
And I'll show you guys the setup, y'all. Notice I'm using this weighted bobber. Oh, there we go. Well, on my line, if you notice, that weight's up on top.
Mm-hmm.
The weight of that weighted bobber is upside down on this line. And now if we go all the way down here where my jig is, and this is a 1-inch Arky jig on a 1/32 ounce jig head. This is perfectly matched with that bobber. Well, when I cast that out, and this is what I've been telling you guys about, when I cast this out, that bobber lays flat on that water like this. Okay. Now, this is the same thing as doing your vertical jigging and stuff like that. You get the waves going, and it barely moves that bobber, which causes that jig just to dance just a little bit. But as a lot of you guys at crappie fish know, a crappie will come up and they will pick up that bait and they'll hold it in their mouth. Well, with this weighted bobber on there, it causes it to stand up. And when you notice that bobber standing up, well, you set the hook. But if it pulls down, then you set the hook again. Yeah. So this just, to me, it gives it a little bit more accuracy as far as being able to tell when there's a fish on it.
Very nice. Good instructional video for folks that want to catch crappie.
Now, if I just had a really nice rod like a Francis cane or something to go with this setup, I'm not plane in Maurice.
Good afternoon, Maurice.
I would never complain.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
Ever. I think is the quality all right for you guys that are watching at home?
Well, it's a little dark, but you're underneath in the shade, so we understand.
Okay. Well, and I'd put it closer to the edge of the water, but then you guys would have to look at Katie, and Katie would get really upset with me. There we go. No. What? Then take her. All right. All right. But if you guys have got any questions or anything about this lake or how I'm fishing or anything like that, just feel free to ask anytime.
There's SK's Crappie Catching Adventures. Welcome.
Hey, SK, how's it going, buddy? Let me put this back out there.
There's Becca.
But this lake's got catfish, the red-eared sunfish, regular bluegill, black crappie. It's got some decent bass in it, and it also has walleye in it.
Nice. Very nice.
I don't know if you guys can hear or not, but the guy's up there playing fish. He actually had about a 28-inch walleye that he got this morning.
That's a good size walleye for a lake like that.
Yes, sir. It is. And I'm not sure how deep this lake really gets. So,
what was that?
We're gonna scoop. That was Katie's, or the granddaughter's fishing rod smacking the side of this railing over
I
there.
thought it was something else altogether.
It was not something else. Calm down. I know exactly what you were getting at.
Really?
Yes.
Well, we had rain today.
Yeah, I noticed. I was laughing at you this morning. Actually,
I'm sure you was.
And apparently, we're heading straight or sending it straight toward Chad. So,
well, you know, as long as it's gone from here, I really don't care who gets it next.
That's true. Very, very
Maurice
true.
says, "Try to be nice, Lyle." I am trying.
Maurice, he can try all he wants. We all know that's never going to happen. Ain't ever going to happen.
Yeah, Uncle Lou thought it was a roof on a dock also. Wasn't just
Uncle
me.
Lou, be nice, man.
There's Dan's Creations and Adventures. Welcome.
Hey, Dan, how's it going?
We got quite a crowd in here. 19 folks watching, and with no fair warning on when it was going to take off or that when it was even going to take off. It just it's a fun day to watch catch fish.
Well, that's what I mean. I was kind of thinking, well, I'm probably going to go live, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's just go live on Panfish Nation. That way, Lyle gets a little bit of view times. Everybody can see he's really cranky first thing in the morning, like a toddler.
There's Kelly from the Bullock Experience, and Rex Blocker has arrived. We're always glad to see all of you. We're up to 22 now, James.
Good deal. 22 people sitting here watching me not catch fish. It is a live stream.
We get Brian B is in the house. We get you when you're catching them. I'll go back to full screen with you.
That's fine.
Yeah, that SK says that lake looks like glass, and it really does.
It really does. And the thing about it is the technique that I'm using, it does a little bit better when it's windy. So that's what I was kind of hoping for, was a slight breeze out here. But of course, you get one, kicks up every great once in a while, and then it stops, and then it's like, all right, well, now I've got to move the jig around myself. So that just takes more effort and work.
Right. Maurice says he hopes you catch a silvercat.
Not out of this lake.
There shouldn't be none in there.
No, there shouldn't be any in here. Now, they did stock northern pike in here years ago.
Wow.
And I do believe, I haven't heard of anybody even actually catching any of those in a really long time. They stocked them, I think it was a couple of years, and then that was it. So
right.
I don't think there's anything else. There might be, some stragglers around here, but I don't think that there's a lot of them in here, to be honest with you.
Probably not. They probably either been caught out or died off or something. If you're not hearing anybody catch any very often or at all, then probably a good chance that most of them are gone.
Yeah, see, Lyle caught a northern pike up there in Minnesota or Wisconsin this year, and I couldn't convince him to lip it.
No.
It was rude.
Yeah. He got all of me he wanted just by getting in the boat with us. I'm going to tell you that right now. Them were kind of nasty fish.
Well, I was going to say they were. Actually, really slimy. So
it was terrible. I don't care if I ever catch another one. I understand. One guy will tell you that they're fit to eat, and the next guy will tell you they're not. But as slimy as they are, I'm not going to clean one to find out.
Well, they also say the American eel is good to eat.
Yeah, I know that's BS. I've tried them. They're nasty too.
Well, I've unfortunately made the mistake of grabbing one barehanded one time, and I will never do that again.
Yeah.
Ever.
I put one in the dip net once, and that was a mistake.
Yeah.
That huge mistake, because they hit every hole in that thing.
Well, I was going to say, if you ever hook into one and you get him up on your boat and stuff like that, I guarantee you will never grab him ever again.
That's right.
You'll know for sure.
Yep. As far as eating fish, I'd rather have Asian carp than either one of those two.
Well, I can't stand Asian carp.
Well, I've had some that actually wasn't too bad. Now, I didn't cook them, but they actually was pretty good. Hey, Dan, glad you made it in here with us. Want to be outdoors? Thanks for joining us.
Oh, yeah, I do. Hang on one sec, guys. Let me give me a drink water.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and. I didn't touch your Krampus cane, lady.
Kelly, she can eat all that she wants. I don't want no part of it. Walleye's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not as good as crappie, but it's pretty good.
I didn't think walleye was too bad. Say that fish that Jerry cooked for us up there in Wisconsin was excellent.
It was
really good. Really good.
Actually, I think that was Ken Miller that cooked that fish, or the majority.
Well, either way,
they done good. They had bluegill that was extremely good. They had some walleye that was really good, and I believe they had a little catfish.
Yeah.
But the bluegill I really liked. I thought it was done very well.
Yeah, that was me. But then again, I like all those meals we had up there.
We didn't have a bad meal the whole time we said.
We did not have a bad meal while we were up there.
The night before that, I believe we was cooked at the house or at the motel back in the back where the ladies done all the cooking, and that was really, really good too.
Yeah, it was. And you said ladies cooking, and Rob Chance was helping them ladies cook. So yeah, that'd be about right. Those ladies did do a good job.
That is a fact. Dave Garcher, thanks for joining us. Haven't seen him in here today. I'm guessing he's probably working. And if it has to be one of us, it might as well be old Rob.
It might as well be. He called me this morning he was on his lunch one of his breaks or whatever, but he had to call and make sure I wasn't out fishing yet.
Oh,
for some reason he's totally against me fishing. So I don't.
I do not understand that.
And the way that today's going, I've about met that lure Katie's using about 5 times. So you guys hear me squawk, you know what's going on.
So, how many fish have you caught this year?
What kind of fish have I caught this year?
Oh, how many?
Oh, how many? I'm not saying, but it's a lot.
Is it are you on track to hit your mark that you had set for this year?
No, I'm not even close.
Not even close, because you're halfway to the end.
Well, I see, and that's the problem. And as of right now, I am probably about 500 short from just my halfway point. So it's got to pick up, but to give you guys kind of an idea of how far I've driven this year. Actually, not me. I didn't drive at all. Katie drove me. Crazy. Yeah. That was one of them, but I've drove over 7,000 miles just to fish far this year. Just to fish.
And the furthest trip you made was Wisconsin.
As of right now, yes.
Yeah.
But there's other trips that are being planned as we speak, actually.
Mm-hmm.
There's another trip back up to Wisconsin that's going to happen in October. And then there might be a trip down your neck of the woods here pretty soon.
That'll be good.
And then I got a trip that I'm going to go with Rob and Parker, I do believe, down that way.
Are you actually going to tell about that one?
What's that?
Are you actually going to tell about that one?
Yeah, that was one Rob actually set up. So
okay,
that's on him. I mean, he knows what he's getting into. Come on, I fished with him in Mendota, so.
Lee.
Wow, sounds like you're.
Huh?
Sounds like I'm getting sick.
No, Lee says 1 day of fishing, 2 days of rod repair tips.
Have you heard me here?
I have not. I have not.
Thank you.
Yet.
But no, there's no dock roofs that have been harmed in any fashion, form, or way. Been a couple of husbands that have been a bit snagged.
Snag?
Yeah, she's about hooked me like 3 or 4 times already today.
Well, I haven't seen no blood squirting yet.
Is that what it's going to take to get sympathy out of you? No.
No. Oh, no. I am very sympathetic towards you, Mr. Dockery. Polar Bear, welcome.
Oh, come on. You guys can't see that bobber out there, can you?
I don't see it, no. Let me full screen you and see if that helps.
Alrighty. Now that I'm pulling it in.
Yeah, I've got you full screen now. Maybe we can see it. Oh, you're out. There it is. Yeah, I seen it hit the water. Okay. I can see it now. It's hard to see, but yeah, I can see it.
Well, I was going to say, that is like an 1.5 inch weighted cigar bobber is what that is.
Okay.
And like I said, well, then go fish. Fish. Yeah, Jolene's got she's fixing you up, sweetheart. And all I'm doing is, like I said, I'm throwing that out there, and when that breeze kicks up, it's either moving that bobber, jigging it up and down, or it's moving it back in at a really slow. So you're basically just trolling for crappie is what you're doing.
Right. That's a good way to do it. And the only weight you have is the weight of the jig.
That is it. The weight of the jig.
Yeah.
Because that little 1-inch crappie tube that I'm using, there's absolutely no weight to it at all. I mean, so, but they'll come up and they'll smack it. They're short, what I would consider a short bite.
Right.
Where they're coming up and actually biting onto the tail of the crappie jig and then just letting go. So
now, are those jigs scented at all? Or do you have any crappie nibbles or anything like that on them?
no,
Okay.
no, there's no crappie nibbles, no scented. These aren't the scented jigs. And the reason why I buy a lot of these unscented jigs and stuff like that is because during the trout season up here, we can't use any type of scent or anything like that when we're out trout fishing.
Okay.
Until February. So to me, it's just like, okay, I'm just going to order the non-scented ones. And if I want it scented, something like that, I've got the stuff there at the house to do it.
Okay.
You know, the little sprays or the crappie nibbles, stuff like
I
that.
I have a comment in chat that you might enjoy. SK Crappie Catching Adventure said James should use a 3-foot rod. That'll get rid of the roof problem.
SK, buddy, I thought we were on the same team, man. I didn't realize how fast you people would turn on me in a heartbeat. Yeah, I got a small little kids pole, but I can't get out there as far as what I'd like to on this.
Well, to get out the distance you're throwing, you're going to have a 7 or 8 foot rod.
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, the Krampus cane is 7.6.
Right.
And this one here.
SK said he's just trying to help you out, brother.
SK, you're not helping me out at all. None. Zero.
Yeah, I find that quite amusing.
Yeah, I know you like my friends. You just sit there and catch me crappie or whatever.
Chris Yulston says, SK says, get a dock demon.
I actually have some there at the house.
Do you now?
Yeah, I really just don't use them.
I've wondered why you had them.
Well, it's the same reason I have all the other 500 rod and reels sitting there at the house. What'd you get, baby? There's a nice little crappie for you guys.
Thank you for joining us, Fishing Frustrations. I understand it's the middle of the day, and if you have to go, that is completely 100% okay. But we appreciate you joining us in chat today.
Yeah, not all of us can just sit around and fish for any time during the day.
Yeah, just for craps and giggles.
That's right. Hang on one sec, guys. Got it?
No problem.
Okay.
I got it.
She got it. What does that give you, 5? She's starting to catch up with me, guys.
There you go.
That's kind of a concern. All right, she's got 6 in her back. Hey.
Uh-oh.
Let me turn this around. Yeah. There we go.
Heck
I don't know if you guys can see that basket or not. She's getting her filled up, though.
There you go. That makes for a great
like
day. Polar Bear says at least she's showing us how it's done.
There we go. Oh, a bunch of air.
Swing and a miss.
Hey. Don't get them boys started on swinging and misses now, Wild. I actually thought I had a couple of friends in chat, but apparently not.
You do.
So, I mean,
you do.
So now I got to fend for myself and defend my honor.
I'm trying to help you out.
You are not.
Chris says, you yummy basket there. I would agree with that.
Well, the good thing is, this puts 77 more miles on the year for the total.
There you go.
And And depending on how many fish that, I catch today goes up on the total also. But then again, when I get home, I have to clean all of my fish plus all of Katie's fish.
Well, that's okay.
So, yeah, you think it's okay. You going to come help me?
No, I don't like to clean fish. Hey, J-Dog's in the house. Welcome, Jason.
Hey, J-Dog, how's it going, buddy? That's right.
Oh, I wonder how much better you'd do if you had a practice game.
Oh my God, I'm going to push you in the water. You don't have your phone on you, do you?
I do, actually.
Then you're safer right now.
Why do you think I left it there?
See, and you would think that Lyle would be nice to me after the way that Katie treated me in that boat up there in Mendota, but that's not the case.
Well, she was pretty nice to you up there in that boat.
Well, she wasn't nice to nobody. She kept talking to all the fish.
We've talked about that. There's always one chair on the boat that catches the most. She just happened to be the one that had that chair. And I was happy for her because it looked to me like she was having a pretty good time.
Well, she was, and then but I had to hear it all the way home about how she outfished me and all this other stuff.
That makes it yet much better.
Oh yeah, and how her where she kept shoving that rod into her sternum, how that bruised it and stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't want to hear it. I really truly don't.
Oh man, that was a great time. It was a great time.
That is definitely one of those places that you hear a lot of talk, a lot of hype, stuff like that, and you hope that it's it's as good as what everyone talks about. You got to go, folks. At least once in a lifetime. I say that is definitely a trip that you need to go on.
Good afternoon, Chris. Absolutely. I've been telling people about that place for a lot of years, and some people believe you and some people don't. But James, I mean, it's as good or maybe better than what we talk about.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt on that. And that was something that is really actually is kind of unbelievable. I mean, as far as what you're fishing in, the environment, the lake itself, how shallow, the Cherokee part of that lake is.
Right. That's exactly right. David Martin, welcome. I'm doing good. I'm just sitting here watching James and Katie catch fish, Jason. Just enjoying the day. We had rain early this morning again, just like we do almost every day. And he's up there catching crappie up in North Missouri, and we are watching it. And Michael Murillo has arrived. Michael says, how many holes we put into this dock roof so far? Michael, I will have to tell you there's not one hole in this dock roof as of yet. It's amazing.
Keep waiting.
Yeah.
Shut
it. But you never know.
I would like a lot of you guys a lot better stop taking Lyle or Katie or Chad or Mark's side in every single situation.
Don't make it so easy and fun.
Shut it.
Oh my!
No, we've got about 21 fish altogether so far today.
Very nice. That between the two of you?
That's between the two of us. I've got 14 in the basket, and she's got 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and like I said, if we can get our limit of oh dang it, if we can get a limit of crappie out of either one of us, then we're all gonna switch over and go after some red ear sunfish or bluegill here.
Okay, so what are you going to change to go after bluegill or red ears?
I will literally shorten that bobber up Right now, I'm about 7 feet deep with that bobber. What I'll do is I'll drop that to probably about 2, maybe 3 feet. Take that tube off there and just put a nightcrawler on.
Okay.
And then there's some cattails and lily pads and stuff like that are right back over here. And that's where I'll just start there and I'll work my way around this little area through here. And I take you back over to where they've got the dock with boat ramp and stuff like that, but they're actually putting in a new dock over there today, which is something that needs to be done years and years ago.
Here's a neat comment in chat. Hillbilly Fishing and Outdoor says, Lyle, Lake Arbutus in Hatfield, Wisconsin is just as good as Mendota.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I said. Wow. Didn't know there could be another lake that good. I'm not sure how big that lake is or how deep it is, but if it's as good as Mendota, it's a great fishery.
Well, you ain't kidding. That is awesome. But say we're going the trip that we're going to go on later on this year is for the yellow perch up there.
Yeah.
So
that'd be awesome too.
I think it's going to be.
We wasn't fortunate enough to get in there, but you have been lucky enough to get into a couple of them since you got back, I think.
Yeah, I hunted for those since the beginning of the year here, and I had never caught. I mean, I caught one a couple of years ago, and it might have gone 1.5 inches. So, I mean, it was monstrous. Really big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it was last week, maybe a week before that I actually hooked into 2 of them in the exact same day. One of them was probably about 6 inches long, and the other one was closer to 8, maybe 8.5. So,
wow. So I'm AKA Ace Catfishing. So Hillbilly Catfish, have you changed your name from Ace to Hillbilly Fishing and Outdoors now?
But no. So we're going to be probably targeting those this winter once they move back up in there.
That'd be I just can't wait to catch one of them and try to eat them. I hear they're as good as crappie.
Well, I see, and I've got one in the freezer at home for our next fish fry that I hooked earlier this year. I can't wait to try him. I really can't.
I'll bet.
They're as good as they say he is, but I will warn you guys. So that Mark didn't tell me is their skin. They're actually related to a walleye, the yellow perch are, and their skin and gill plates. Their gill plates are sharp as snot. I mean, they'll bite you in a heartbeat.
Really,
the skin is really, really tough. So, come on. Well, he's sitting there pulling at it. He just doesn't want to take it. I didn't try very long on the side of the yard. But that real foot lake down, I think it's down in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Or is that in?
No, it's in Tennessee.
Yeah. That was another one of those places that me and Katie are going to have to fight about going. So
now, you know the story of Reelfoot, how it was created, right?
No,
Reelfoot Lake was created when a earthquake hit and the Mississippi River actually rolled backwards for a period of time, and it rolled into this area and created Reelfoot Lake.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And it's one of the greatest crappie and panfish destinations there is.
Well,
But
I keep getting.
I've always been told don't take your boat down there because
Oh,
of
it's
the
just really
stick ups and stuff, and they'll just destroy the bottom of it. You're better off to go down there and rent a boat and tear up their boat versus yours.
This is true. No, but there's quite certain, a lot of these, especially the panfish lakes that I have seen, pictures of people couldn't, catching the red sunfish and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's just one of those. We got to go. I don't care when, just as long as we get,
Yeah,
to
make
go
it
at some
happen.
point.
Yeah, that'd be. I wanted to go over there and catch crappie because they got giant crappie in that lake until I found out how big the bluegill and red ears was, and I thought, nah, it'd have to be a longer vacation time where I could get into both of them.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, this lake up here, it's got a lot of tree stumps and stuff like that in it, but they're not as prevalent as some of the other lakes you hear nightmare stories about of guys ripping holes off or transoms or.
Right. Right.
Do I have any? Yeah, they're down there in that bag. You fed a log? All right. Katie's feeding logs.
Uh-oh. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it much. Art at 1 ton has arrived with frowny faces, angry faces.
Angry face.
Hey, Art, how you doing?
What does that bullfrog have to be mad about?
Nothing,
That's
I'm
right.
guessing.
That's right. Oh, come on. Let's see if we can get a couple more crappie in the basket.
How many you up to now?
I've only got 14, and Katie's just now. She tried catching a log apparently, and she only has 6.
Did you not tell her that log won't fit in that basket?
Doesn't stop her from trying.
Okay.
He can walk.
And listen, as long as she's entertained and not yelling at me, I really don't care what she catches.
All righty then.
The last thing I really want is her talking to me the same way that Cindy had to talk to you, but you getting in kind of all kinds of trouble.
I do believe she talked to you that way.
Hey, we're not talking about me right now, lady. We're talking about Lyle.
Yepers.
Might actually have to go through and change colors here pretty soon.
What's that?
Said I might have to actually go through and change colors here pretty soon. Seem to have caught on to my using of this one.
What you have on there now, if I remember correctly, is chartreuse and white.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like I said, the logs that are down out there where I'm fishing, there's one right there.
What color are you using?
The white and chartreuse.
Oh, I don't want that.
White.
Well, not if you're not catching.
Well, I'm catching animal.
It's fairly cloudy there, isn't it?
Off in the distance.
It's been clear.
It's been, off in the distance, there's some clouds popping up, but for the most part today, it's been relatively sunny.
Nice.
Once the fog was gone.
Once the fog was gone. Hold on one sec, guys.
Chrissy Brown, welcome.
There's my basket so far today, guys.
And that's the total from both of you?
No. We're keeping our total separate. We have
okay. Okay. So you said when you got one limit, you was going to try for the red ears and bluegill. Now, what is one limit on that lake?
One limit on here for crappie is 30 crappie.
Okay.
And you're only allowed to take 20 bluegill per day. Okay. So you for a total of 50 fish all together, which is more than enough for people. You know, I don't care what anybody says.
That's right.
But I do have a couple,
outdoors.
Right. I do have a couple of lakes up here in the north that I can actually go and catch 50 bluegill per day.
Wow.
So, and they're the bluegill that are in there are bigger than the ones that I usually show you, Lyle.
Oh my. We had some great bluegill for Mendota. And
yes.
I'm not saying where they come from or who caught them, but they were great, perfect size for bait fishing. They worked out really well, and that's what it takes to be successful on a lake that's full of channel cat that don't have shad or anything like that. Them guys. Let me get back over here and full screen you, James.
All right.
Them.
Like I said, they're nothing big, but they're
nice quality fish.
Yep, they will definitely fillet out, and they'll taste even better in grease.
Yeah, Hillbilly, I know that he does know them are crappie and not catfish. I sure do.
Who said that?
Hillbilly Fishing and Outdoors.
Oh.
No limit on bluegills. Dan's Creation says no limit on bluegills, but there is where he's fishing today, Dan. This lake has limits on bluegill. Yeah, and a lot of the lakes in Missouri are different from lake to lake. Some of them have limits on bluegill and some of them don't. Some of them have limits on length of crappie and some of them don't. It just depends on the lake and how loaded up with that particular fish they are.
Right.
Art says they have limits on bluegill there also. Yes, Chrissy, you're correct. They are great benders. Oh, Dan, I don't know where you're at. I'm sorry. If you meant where you are, I don't know where you're at, but SF Outdoors 50. Yeah, that's a great number.
But the thing about it, and most people that usually clean a lot of fish,
yeah,
is once you hit 30, after you've cleaned 30 fish, you're dreading the however many you've got left.
That's exactly right. Fishing Frustration says at his club, it's all catch and release.
We actually have a couple of lakes like that around here.
Right. SK says, good luck, James.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, I know you are not toot your own horn, but I was wondering if Mr. Dockery believes his hookup ratio has increased with the rods you made for him. I know he has been using the heck out of it. What do you say, James?
Actually, guys, that rod was stolen this morning. For those of you who had been in here, the thief, when I catch her, the thief will get her beat.
Well, you can't catch her. She can outrun you. But that doesn't. The question is, Michael wants to know if you believe your catch-up ratio with that rod is greater or not as great. Or
with the sensitivity of that rod, guys, is awesome. And I mean, seriously awesome. I mean, when you can literally feel like if you're fishing in the weed line or something like that, you can literally feel through the entire rod when you're going through those weeds. And if a crappie thumps on it, you know immediately it's a crappie. If a bluegill hits it or slams it, you know immediately, what that is too. So, but it's actually out here today being used by Katie, because I made the mistake of picking up another rod first that I thought, well, I'll just toss this out, and I never got my other rod back.
Well, Michael says, do we get Katie's review as well?
Katie absolutely loves this rod.
No. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Is that a good enough review for you?
That works for me. I don't know how Michael's going to feel about it, but I'm happy with it. Hey, Stan, welcome.
She used it for the first time down at Thousand Hills, and she caught when she caught her first fish off of it. I never saw that rod again the rest of the day.
I see.
There is definitely no doubt when you get one, you know you have one.
There you go.
JP3 has made it in here. Welcome, JP3.
Hey, JP, how's it going, buddy?
Georgia Fisherman says it sounds like Katie has a new rod.
Listen, I will fight her. I'm not shy. I will fight her.
I don't think she's too afraid of you.
I don't think she is either. And considering she's the driver, I actually kind of have to be nice to her every once in a while, guys. So
I haven't seen that yet, but I'm guessing you would have to be.
I'm nice to her every once in a while.
Well, okay. Chrissy Brown says she's putting her money on Katie.
Chrissy. You really think that you know people, and you really don't. Go with this white.
I have pink and white. I thought that might work. I think I got Jamie's lure. I'm not sure. I think there's a hole in it already.
Come on, lay down. Lay down.
Jolene's trying black and pink.
Trying black and pink. All right.
Yep.
So Jolene's going to start fishing here pretty soon too. So
okay, good.
I think she's actually going after bluegill. I'm not sure.
Well, thank you, SF Outdoors. I'm glad you enjoyed Chris and Telly. We had a great time with them last night, and I'm glad you got to listen to it on your way to work today.
And just for the record, Chris is smaller than I am.
Chris is what?
Shorter than I am.
Okay.
He is.
Oh, sure he is.
But I'm also taller than Lyle. They keep setting this up.
No, you're not. You wish. I'll tell you who you are taller than. You're taller than Katie.
Taller and Miss Betty Jean too.
Yeah, Betty. So between Betty and Katie, who's the tallest?
I think it's Betty.
Betty's taller than I am.
Really?
Because Betty was doing some sort of a happy dance up there because she wasn't the shortest person at the fish thing. So
okay. Oh, welcome, Mo
that
Creek.
made her really, really happy.
Welcome, Mo Creek. Glad to have you in here.
I don't know
Who?
Mo Creek.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Look in one of those. Yeah, one of those. Yeah. Well, Creek's going to bring me bad luck because he was already starting to cuss me over for a while.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, but he cusses me all the time too. So.
Oh.
No, these are way for you.
About 7. So your arm, that 7.6 is that rod. Yeah.
No. Oh, they're in there somewhere. I thought we just put them in.
You know what? I might pop this off and go ahead and go see if I can't hook into some bluegill for you guys.
Do you want this then?
No,
Since I'm changing it up anyway.
No. You go ahead and just take that.
See, I offered it back.
I heard that. I heard that.
Could you imagine the hate mail I would receive? How dare you take that rod away from her when she was catching fish?
Yeah, well.
All right, let me get a night crawler on here, and I'll grab you guys. We'll go after a couple of bluegills.
Okay. You're using the same setup, just changing bait.
Yep. All I'm going to do is put a night crawler on.
Okay.
All right. We're going to go on a walkabout, guys. So stay with me. It's going to get bright.
I'm going to full screen you again.
All righty. We're going to come right down over here.
That's right, Michael Murillo. Hey, nobody sends mail. It'd have to be email.
You guys see that?
What are we looking at? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't want no part of that.
Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here.
Friggin' snake. What's he got?
They've cleaned a whole bunch of fish. There's a fish cleaning station right back over here.
And he's got part of
and
one
that's what you guys are actually standing. And so all those fish come over here, or those snakes, they get up in through here, and they take all the parts where they've been deboned and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They just swim around with it.
Chrissy Brown said she caught a glimpse of Katie, and man, does that new rod look good with her.
Stop it right now. I don't see why you guys have got to be so mean all the time.
Yeah, just way of life, man. You're just going to have to deal with it, big boy.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, Chrissy, I agree. I ain't, and Dan or SF, I don't mess with them snakes, period. None.
Oh, I was just a northern.
I don't care what kind it is. Even large night crawlers give me this heebie-jeebies.
Then I won't point out that really, really large one that's got that big fish in its mouth.
Yeah, I don't want no part of none of that.
I have a funny feeling this side of the little island is because look, it makes number 2. Can you see him?
No.
Can't see that snake?
I do see him. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want no part of him.
And then there's another one right there. There's 2 of them right there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be in that spot you're fishing.
And there's one curled up right down there. I don't know if you guys can see him in chat or not.
I don't see him. Don't want to see him. I'd be whacking them with fishing rods.
If I could actually get down there to catch him, I'd catch him for you guys.
Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't I do that?
I don't know. Just seems kind of redundant.
All right. We're going to go because there's so many snakes
to catch fish.
So. What's that?
I thought you coming there to catch fish.
Well, I did come here to catch fish, but there's a whole bunch of snakes over there, so I don't think I'm going to do any good over there. So I'll come over on this.
Yeah, I don't blame the fish for leaving with all them snakes there.
Oh, if I really wanted to fish there, I'd just go over there and catch all them snakes, and I'd relocate them.
Yeah, like I would too. With a 12 gauge.
Well, of course you would.
Yes, I would.
All right, we're going to do something a little bit different here. Hold on tight, guys. I think everything that's up around these rocks and everything have moved out. So we're going to try this. See if we can't get out there a little bit ways further. And
what was that?
I have no idea what that was.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, you do.
Look, that dock is all the way up there. I did not hit the dock. So that must have been Katie or Jolene that hit that dock. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, guys. I really and truly
is. Michael says it sure wasn't a 12 gauge. Chrissy said it sounded like metal. Mo Creek
says not. Guys,
he knows.
Look, man. Look, there's no metal except for out there and up there by them cars.
Okay.
So some of you all need your hearing check. That's what that amounts
to. Sounded metallic. Fence behind him.
Didn't hear it that way, guys. Sorry.
No, it is not, Mo Creek. It is not dock proof.
Don't you have to get back to work, Rob? I'm quite certain you do. You know, I'm kind of thinking them bluegill might be on beds at this point in time. Wow.
It's very possible.
They're really not wanting to. Usually, up around this dock and stuff like that, they'll hang out, and all this other good stuff. And I just ain't seeing nothing over through here.
Wow.
So let's go back out this way.
Okay. Oh, there! Look at that,
guys.
What is that? That's a dock.
That's the cleaning station. That's a cleaning station.
It has a roof.
Check this out. Can you guys see down there in that water?
Somewhat.
That is about, I'm going to say 300, maybe 400 crappie. Some 5 or 6 pound bass that are hanging around down in through there. Not hanging around. They were left there. That's right there at that cleaning station. So
I see.
What's that, sweetheart? Can't cast very far because your arms are short.
No, I can't cast because these plastic bars are so high.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like you said you can't cast because your arms.
Chrissy says there's the metal roof, and Rob says with a roof. So I have to agree with you guys.
I've lost my other lures. I'm gonna try. All right. We're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to go with a little bit bigger of a. Oh, where'd it go?
Up to the table. Okay.
All right.
Good.
Oh. Use mine. I'm a little bit. You try them. I don't care. Do you like you normally do? Oh, that's a pretty one.
Oh, well, then
Start kicking the crap out of me as far as fishing. All right, guys, we're gonna come back over here. Lyle, stop laughing and taking her side, but
I'm
nice.
laughing at what's in chat.
Oh, well, of course you are.
I had nothing to do with it.
Because nobody in chat would ever say anything mean.
Michael Murillo was singing up on the roof.
Michael, me and you're going to have a little chit chat after the street.
I find that extremely funny for whatever reason.
Well, you always find anytime anybody says anything bad about me funny for any reason.
Not true. Not true. But a lot of times it is.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. And Lyle, you stop sending that rain up this way. Some of these clouds look like they might hold a little bit of water.
Dude, it has been cloudy here all day, but it did stop raining earlier, unless it started since I started this show with you. But hey, we're due for some nice weather.
That's us.
It's so bad here that whenever I let the dog out, I have to leave her out in the garage till her feet dries off to bring her back in the house.
Jeez.
We live on top of a hill, and my yard is like a swamp.
Ugh.
Yeah, she's not too happy about me or with me on that either. Because I went ahead and mowed yesterday, and
Now it's just a muddy mess.
Lyle, you be proud, man. My front yard looks like a dirt track.
Yeah, I promise you, that's what mine looks like. Michael says that you can have all of his rain too. He's sick of it.
Well, we have had a lot of rain this year, but the rivers and the lakes and stuff are really not up that much.
I haven't even checked the lakes around here, but it's just been. It rains almost every day now. We was gone for a day or two over the weekend, and it didn't rain quite as much when we was gone for whatever reason. But come back and it started all over again.
So it's you.
I guess, yeah.
Well, that's what it sounds like to me.
Chad sent me a message, and he says he has our live on, but he can't turn the volume of the chat up.
Oh.
But we understand why.
We do.
We do.
We do. Well, just to fill everybody in, I've got 16 crappie. Katie's got 6.
That's 22. That's a pretty good number.
That's 22. So, and we really hadn't been out here all that long. But the granddaughter wanted to fish today.
There you go.
So we took her fishing this morning, and
yeah,
she fished for about. Got bored, and now she's upset, just sitting up there under the thing watching YouTube show.
That's perfect. Becca said that it's so wet there that it has rained 3 weeks straight. The fish are even begging to come in the house.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Central Valley Adventures, welcome to the live show. We have James and Katie Dockery fishing in a lake in North Missouri, and they're catching crappie today.
Trying to catch crappie today.
Well, if you got 16 and she's got 6, you're catching them, dude.
Well, I know, but now I'm struggling because we can't find what I'm looking for.
Can't find a what?
I can't find a certain lure I'm looking for, and it's starting to really upset me.
Well, I can't help you with that.
Well, I said a cuss word under my breath, and I found them. So.
Oh, okay.
Did you miss one, sweetheart?
So they're liking this color.
What color is it?
Aqua.
Aqua. Yeah, it's another one of those. Oh, that's pretty, and she's going to end up out fishing me, guys. It always happens.
It works.
Ow. With complete lures.
Thanks for dropping in, SF Outdoors. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I forgot to mute my chat. Sorry, guys. So you're going to hear it ding.
Christy says her next day off is Friday and supposed to rain all day, but be warm.
Well, I've got a class tomorrow that we're doing, and then I've got a class Thursday that we're going to do. So I'll be down in Kirksville, and I suppose I'm going to go down there and play with those little bitty small dinks around Kirksville and Thousand Hills.
So you're going to go give a class about fishing, and you're going
to this one. No, we did hummingbirds last week. This one is about pollination.
Pollination.
And yep.
So while you're there, you're going to fish.
And while I'm there, I'm going to fish.
Yeah, attaboy.
It's only right.
Apparently, you can only get into Kirksville if you go through the lake to get there.
Well, hey, that's just the way it's been.
Even though it's clear.
Oh, wow. Central Valley Adventure says 105 and 106 there all week. I don't know where there is, but that's hot. Way hot.
Yeah. They can keep that because that starts getting into I'm staying home territory.
Yeah, me too. That's a little warm for me. California. Wow. That's another reason I have no desire to be there. 105 and 106 is just a little bit too much for me. Did he say Panfish Nation? He might have.
Who say Panfish Nation?
You. Well, that was Rob. He wanted to know.
Oh. Well, don't tell Rob anything. He doesn't need to know.
Well, you know. Rob's always been.
All right, so how long have you been at this?
71 minutes.
71.
So hour and 11 minutes.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, Lyle.
Okay.
Because I don't want to take everybody's day up, and I'm not really catching a lot of them. So, and we may end up moving around. I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thank you, James, for hollering at me and for all the people that watched us today. We appreciate it very much. And there's always a chance that we would do this again.
There you go. That's very true. And you guys make sure you hit the thumbs up and make sure you're like and subscribe to this page.
Thanks so much, James. And thanks again to everybody watching in chat. We will be back and see you all later.